What's good, fam? This your boy YCFL, aka Marcel, back at it again. All right, y'all. I just want to come back on here and do my. I told you I was gonna do a thorough investigation on the situation, and I got a whole lot of everybody's takes on the whole situation concerning Roman Reigns. But when it sounds like he ain't the only one that dropped out, Miz dropped out, and now the Usos is concerned because they think maybe since Miz claimed he was sick, now they don't know. I'm telling you, let me tell you something. Let me be real with y'all. This whole situation is basically the Most High telling Vince McMahon, you should have postponed, bro. You should have postponed. Now look, all your wrestlers are dropping out like a drop of a hat because you wanted to continue on doing this stuff with this virus going on, whatever you want to call it. So, like I said, I got everybody's takes on the whole situation. I heard everybody's side and everything. Like I said, we already know one of the main things is, like I say, Roman's health with the leukemia situation. So he felt like his immune system was vulnerable of catching this virus. However, now if Roman's been, like I said, Roman been on this and they've been continuing on doing this. And remember, they already taped the SmackDown, the 2 SmackDowns plus the SmackDown after WrestleMania. So all these SmackDowns have been taped. So we're going to find out if Roman Reigns was even on these tapes. Because if he's on both of these tapes, maybe Roman probably was like, okay, maybe if I step up, maybe, because I know Roman has a genuine care for the whole locker room. Like, he really is one of the leaders. Like, I've heard this before. Roman is legitimately one of the leaders in the locker room, and I feel like he felt maybe if I do this, not to say I'm not sitting up here poo-pooing his the leukemia, whatever, but maybe he figured, okay, maybe if I step up to Vince, maybe the whole, because I'm one of the leaders in the locker room, everybody, it's like a domino effect. Everybody's gonna start following me. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to come on here and give my perspective on who should face Goldberg. Now, right away, people was putting out there talking about, oh, it should be Braun Strowman. Heck to the freaking no. I am not trying to see Braun Strowman go against Goldberg. That would be a dud of a match. So I've heard a very good creative idea, and I got to give the man a shout out. I know people a lot of people can't stand this dude. A lot of people be like I said, he was one of the ones that had put his opinion out on the whole Roman Reigns situation. Next thing you know, people was tweeting at him talking about they want him to get the virus and they wish he died. I was like, man, okay, look, JD is I still call him the face of the wrestling community, whether you like that or not. Like I said, it's a whole lot of stuff I agree with him on. I personally don't agree with him doing all that cussing. Cause that's one of the major issues I got with him with the cussing. But like I said, he does. That's how he is. He's just a wrestling head that wants what he grew up on to continue to put out good content. Quit being lazy and not giving a care. Like, you've been around the company, you've been doing this for over 50 plus years. WWE has been around for a long time, and it's like they just lazy with everything. They don't give a care about putting out good content anymore. So he came up with 3 possibly good ideas for who should face Goldberg going to WrestleMania. So he pitched the idea about Matt Riddle going. And I listened to that and I said, that's a good idea, because if y'all notice, Matt Riddle and Goldberg don't like each other. So the tension would be there. They would literally be trying to beat the snot out of each other. That's a good match. I think that would be a good match. I personally think that would be a good match. And Matt Riddle winning, that would shock everybody, because first of all, this is an NXT guy, and he's currently still the NXT Tag Team Champion with Peter Dunne. So that would be great. Then he pitched the idea about now you can get Bray Wyatt and Fruity Pebbles back into the picture. He pictured now their match is now a #1 contenders match. So now John Cena can go back to he's the storyline could be he's gunning for that 17 title. And Bray Wyatt is like, look, I'm trying to get back to what I rightfully lost. I shouldn't have been squashed. Well, Bray Wyatt beats John Cena. Bray Wyatt goes and squash Goldberg, gets his title back. Now, with the whole situation with Roman Reigns, you can push this story with Roman Reigns possibly getting it at a later date. Now, this was the shock of what he spoke, because in the past I've said this. I've went back and forth with JD on how he feels about fully melanated talent. You know, he says he likes all the talent and whatnot, but sometimes when I listen to him, when it comes to the, you know, fully melanated men and women in the game, like, he loves Sasha and them, like, he really does. But I'm talking about like some of the fellas in the game. I sometimes get vibes that he's only cool with them being in the mid card. But what shocked me is what he said about Keith Lee. He said, well, what if Keith Lee loses his North American Championship to Dominique Divakovic and Damian Priest? Well, you can have Keith Lee come up, face Goldberg, and win the Universal title. When I heard him say that, I was like, you mean to tell me you think Vince McMahon would allow, first of all, back-to-back years, 2 fully melanated men winning the main title? Now, if Vince does that, I got to give that fool all the props. I'm not finna, listen, I call Vince a white supremacist because of how he books our talent. Most of our talent on the show just to shuck and jive. Just ask New Day and R-Truth about that. But the fact that he pitched that idea about Keith Lee winning the winning the WWE Universal title off of Goldberg, and then Roman pitched the idea. He said he wants to wrestle Keith Lee again. Well, you got the opportunity to do that. Keith Lee will win the title, and then it's unfortunate Keith will probably have it for like, well, a month or two, and then you get ready for SummerSlam, and then Roman can defeat Keith, and there, you know, it'd be, even though he lost to him again, but he said he wants to face Keith Lee again. That's what he said. He wants to face Keith Lee. So the story will write itself. You can have Keith Lee versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title, and I'm pretty sure that probably would be a pretty good match. But the fact that JD actually acknowledged that, I told him, I left a comment on this page. You can go and check it out. I said, man, I got to thank you for actually acknowledging, you know, our talent being in the main event scene, because that's just something that we don't see. Our talent is always in the secondary, and we always shucking and jiving. And that's one of my things. If Keith Lee, if that does happen, which I don't think it would, but if it does happen, if Keith Lee mess around and that situation takes place, I don't want Vince turning anything. I don't want him making him into another circus act like Kofi and them. I do not want that. I'm serious, because I every time when I watch our talent, I'm telling you, when I see us, the one thing that comes to mind is, what is their gimmick? Are they going to be shucking and jiving? Are they going to be buffooning, acting a clown? I'm like, are they going to be taken serious? Because I want to see our talent taken serious. So it's one thing to be goofy, like Jericho and Matt Hardy. That's just goofiness, but at least they in the main event scene, and you can take, even though they clowning, you can still take them serious. Now, when you got somebody like Kofi and them and Big E and Woods throwing pancakes around, and that man was the WWE champion, how the heck can you take that fool serious? You understand what I'm saying? It's because of the way how we're booked. That's one of the major reasons why our people always bring a race up into the situation, is because we've been conditioned to see our race booked as circus nuts. We're not used to seeing our talent booked as serious. And if we are booked serious, it's only for a short while. And then it also comes to the whole charisma thing, because a lot of times, a lot of people attach charisma with how you approach yourself when you're in the ring. How do you approach yourself when you're talking on the mic? You know, that's the charisma goes hand in hand with your gimmick. And a lot of times our talent, like I say, is most of the time we're shucking and jiving. I hate to say that. We are dancing, we're cutting the jig, we're rapping, we're doing some type, and I know it's supposed to be a form of entertainment or whatnot, but still, I just get tired of seeing our people shucking and jiving in the ring. I'm serious. I've been watching this match for a long time, and the fact that JD brought that up, I had to give him, I told him, I was like, man, I appreciate you acknowledging, because like I said, that's just like, you don't see us in that picture. You just don't. And one thing I got to give them, WWE, credit, they do have more of us on the show, even though we shucking and jiving. AEW got to make a comeback. They gonna have to come up serious when it comes to our talent. They gonna have to come up serious. I'm gonna stay on that helmet until October the 2nd, 2020. Hire more of us. Hire more of us. Get us mixed in with everybody else. Because I'm telling you, you know, that's just something that I've been really seeing and been talking about for a long time, and not just me. It's so many others who speak on this whole situation. But anyway, man, this your boy White. I just want to come on here, talk a little bit more about that situation, because I said I wanted to do a further investigation about the whole reasons why Roman Reigns dipped out and whatnot. But man, this is just, you know, it's unfortunate with this situation that's going on, because I don't know if y'all noticed, I'm just sitting here chilling right now. I'm working right now, handling my business. So I got a lot of time on my hands to shoot a video. So I said, let me go ahead and drop this video for you guys. But man, anyway, y'all know what to do. Comment section, let me know what you think. How you feel about the whole situation, about what I told you about the current situation and the universal title picture. Maybe some of y'all might think Braun Strowman is the best pick. I personally don't. But let me know what you think.